All right, so now Chapter 3, right? So customizations in eBusiness Suite can have a big impact on your license consumption, right? So let's talk about how customizations impact eBusiness Suite licensing. So the first one is, hey, we don't have any customizations. We don't have any custom reports, objects in the database, etc. We've made no modifications. So if we've made no modifications to our Oracle ERP system, we don't need to license any or underlying Oracle technology licenses, particularly the application server, whether it be Internet Application Server or WebLogic Suite or the database, right? So no customizations means no underlying technology license requirements. Very, very few customers meet this criteria, but nonetheless, this option is there. Now let's talk about customizations at an application server level. Let's say we've made modifications and implemented Java programs, modifications to the forms, things like that, put custom logos on our login screens, things of that nature. Those would require an application server license. So at a minimum, Oracle Internet Application Server Enterprise Editions required, right? Now we can do WebLogic Suite, which includes a subset of Internet Application Server Enterprise Edition, but at a minimum we need to license Internet Application Server Enterprise Edition. And then if we're making customizations at the application server level, we need to, at a minimum, license the Internet Developer Suite for those users as well that we're enabling for making those customizations. And there's some additional language. This is all referenced in what Oracle calls the Oracle Applications License Table document. You guys can Google it and read it, but it has all these elements defined clearly in there in terms of what's needed for the application server. So now let's talk about, we're making customizations at the database level, right? So we made customizations, we've added new columns, stored procedures, triggers, etc. Anything I create in the database would now require us to license Oracle Database Enterprise Edition. And if we're making those, then I need to have supporting licenses for Oracle Internet Developer Suite and Oracle Programmer. So a lot of times customers, they have the Oracle Database Enterprise Edition licenses, but they don't have the underlying development tool set licenses for Internet Developer Suite or Programmer. So those are often missed as part of the sales cycle. So I encourage you guys, look at your contracts, make sure you have licenses for Internet Developer Suite and Oracle Programmer if you've made customizations to either the application tier or application tier and database tier. And then the next topic is going to be about BI Publisher. So Oracle used to have Oracle forms, reports, etc. And then later on, Oracle introduced the new XML Publisher or BI Publisher capability to the Oracle ERP or eBusiness Suite install base, right? And they encouraged customers to use it, etc. Well, when that happened, there were certain license requirements that had to be met depending on how you deployed the BI Publisher XML Publisher reports into your environment, right? So if the end users are running shipped BI Publisher reports out of the box, they essentially get a restricted use license, and there's no licenses required for BI Publisher. Oracle's like, enjoy, it's included as part of your uplift to the new versions of the products that we've released, provided that you're under support with us, right? And then the next one is, end users were allowed to make changes to the shipped BI Publisher reports, just layout changes. And again, Oracle's like, you can change the layouts and whatnot. Again, you don't require any additional licenses. Then the third one was like, okay, end user wants to modify the BI Publisher report to access additional data. So this is where it gets kind of tricky. How we're accessing the data determines whether or not we fall into the restricted use license of BI Publisher or a full use license of BI Publisher. So if we're accessing data from Oracle ERP, from application schemas, objects, etc., that have not been customized, they were shipped by Oracle Corporation to us, and we're strictly pulling data from those tables and objects within the database, then we're good. Again, we still fall in within the restricted use licenses. Let's say, for instance, I've created a custom table in my system, and then I want to merge data from my custom table. There's some attributes and things like that in the custom table that I want to merge that data with data from tables that are shipped by Oracle as a part of the eBusiness Suite. So it's non-EBS data source, right? If we do that, then now we've created a requirement to have a full use license of BI Publisher. So again, we're just modifying an existing report, but I'm merging data from something that Oracle didn't ship. Then let's say we want to create brand new BI Publisher reports. Report doesn't exist, business comes to us and says, hey, we need this XYZ report based on our business requirements, and IT proceeds to create those reports, etc. As long as we're building those reports, again, pulling data from the standard Oracle ERP schemas, we don't need BI Publisher licenses. If we pull that data, pull and merge data from Oracle shipped tables and objects and merge it with our custom data objects or objects and things that are not shipped with EBS, then it would require a full use license. And then if we're accessing data from a modified eBusiness Suite application schema, right? So a lot of times customers might be adding columns to an existing Oracle eBusiness Suite table and things. Yes, it's not in the developer's development best practices document, but customers have done that. So Oracle said, okay, even if you've taken one of our seeded things that we've shipped and you've modified those and you're pulling data from it, that still would require a full use BI Publisher license. And then obviously if you're using BI Publisher against non-Oracle applications and you have other things that you're using BI Publisher for, then naturally it would require a full use license. And again, all of this is referenceable in the Oracle Applications License table document.